And so a new direction of philosophical practice developed. I was very active in, but I am sure that I was not the only one. And this was the idea that philosophy does not solve problems. On the contrary, it can make problems even more vivid. It does not solve predicaments, but sometimes it raises predicaments. So philosophical practice, what it should do, according to this second vision, is to develop our self-understanding, to be more aware of the basic issues that we are confronting in life. And the point is that in everyday life, we are all the time answering basic philosophical issue. Not just in our thoughts, but in our choices, in our emotions, in our hopes, anxieties. I will give you a couple of simple examples. Imagine that my good friend is going out with a new girlfriend. He has a new girlfriend. And for 3 weeks, he does not tell me that he has a new girlfriend. And when I hear about it, I'm very offended. My good friend did not tell me about his new girlfriend? You can say that this is an emotion, right? I'm offended. But my feeling, my emotion, really says something about what friendship is. My emotion says friendship means sharing personal information. So although I never thought in theory, I never thought in my thoughts about what is friendship, in actuality, my emotion spoke a certain conception of love, or of friendship. Our emotion, our behavior, our choices, all the time interpret the world. They are answering deep philosophical issues, although we are not aware of this. Last semester in Israel, a student of mine in some exercise of philosophical counseling told me that the greatest moment in his life that he always thinks about and he longs to have it again was when he was in a football game, and the Israeli football team won, and it was an ecstasy. Now, if you go a little bit deeper, the fact that for him it is such a beautiful experience that he continues to think about and to long for is really a statement about what is important in life. It's a statement that ecstasy, going out of my private everyday business, is very valuable. This is what life is all about. It's an answer to the question, what is important in life? What qualities are important in life? Of course, it's not that simple. You have to talk with a person and to see what exactly is happening there. But I am giving very short examples. So when you go home after this lecture, you do one thing or another. Perhaps you turn on the television and you watch a certain movie, or take the phone and call your boyfriend or girlfriend or your wife, or decide, why not go to the sea tomorrow to have just an easy day? So according to this vision, in those moments you're answering basic philosophical questions. You're constantly making statements about what is important in life, what is friendship, what is love, what does it mean to be free, what is ethical and non-ethical, not in your thought and your theory, but in your behavior that you're often not aware of. The allegory of the cave by Plato is a wonderful allegory. We all live in a cave, partly personal cave, partly cultural cave. These are limitations, certain patterns of thinking or feeling or preferring. And according to Plato, the goal of philosophy is not to make our life in the cave more comfortable, like in the first vision of philosophical practice. Right, I am sure that you all read or studied this allegory. The goal of philosophy is not to rearrange the shadows and to make them more comfortable in my life. It's not to solve problems within the cave, but it's also not the second vision, which is to understand my cave. Right? The second vision means that I become more aware of my cave, of the patterns, of the conceptions of my behavior. The goal of philosophy, according to this third vision, is to go out of the cave, to have a life that is bigger than the cave, to transcend who I am, to go beyond who I am. This is an amazing vision, isn't it? It may not even be practical, it's so high. But this is the goal that I think philosophical practice should have. Philosophical practice, I think, according to this third vision, tries to take us a little bit, as far as possible, out of the cave in which we live. Okay? And that is called wisdom, or some people use the word Bildung. This is where I am exploring now. This is what is important for me now. The third vision includes the second vision. I have to understand my cave in order to get out, but it goes beyond the cave. And notice one thing, that if the goal is to live a bigger life, if the goal is to go beyond my boundaries, mi regla, then philosophical practice is not a profession, it's not something that I get money for it. It's a way of life, a way of being.